Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I had to make sure it was afternoons and not morning anymore. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the YouTube, the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram, and a happy Thanksgiving to all my supporters, fans, friends, family. I love you all. Hope everybody's been having a good week so far, and today is a day to be thankful and to celebrate the many, many blessings in our lives that we're thankful for. You know, I'm thankful to God, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who has made it possible for me to have this platform, have my family, friends, so much that I've been able to enjoy. And I wanted to take this time, I wanted to make a video showcasing and talking about a pro wrestling promotion that I find very dear to my heart. Very dear to my heart, especially as a North Carolinian. And that promotion is right here. Deadlock Pro Wrestling, DPW. So this is the front of my shirt here. Let me show you the back of my shirt. Let me show you the back. Yeah, check it out. Hopefully y'all can see that. But that's the back of my shirt. Has the founders / owners on it. So had to show that off. Okay. But yeah, I wanted to do a DPW appreciation video and, hype them up, advertise them, all of the above, show my thanks, and talk about the promotion. Yeah, some people may have never heard of it, some may have, but I feel like they are a promotion that has been on the rise and has been tearing it up, especially here in North Carolina. So, little background on DPW, Deadlock Pro Wrestling. It was founded November 1st of 2021 by three guys that have such a love for pro wrestling that have ran their own podcast called the Deadlock Podcast. Those three men, who are the founders and owners of DPW, are Anthony Douglas, aka Tony the Pizza Guy, John Blood, and James Darnell. I hope I pronounced John's name correctly. If not, please do forgive me. But yeah, John, James, Tony are your three founders / owners of Deadlock Pro Wrestling. And I have to say, they have been doing a phenomenal job with this promotion. Based in North Carolina, which is where I'm from. And I have to say, it has really, it's an indie promotion, but it's not just any indie promotion. It is an indie promotion that has delivered a lot of great shows with lots of great talent. New talent and veteran talent of all shapes and sizes, men and women. So this promotion has really delivered on many cylinders. So DPW founded on November 1st, 2021. Their first show was December 11th of 2021, which was DPW Fire, which was taped on December 11th, aired on December 16th on YouTube. So that was their first official show, which they used that show to start a tournament to determine who would be the first ever DPW World's Champion. But yeah, DPW Fire was pretty much, I guess you could say, the pilot of DPW. And I know they haven't really done many of those. They haven't done a whole lot of those, but that was pretty much the series that got them started. And then we also have DPW Spark, which DPW Spark debuted December 30th, 2021, which is pretty much specifically on YouTube. It's pre-recorded and then it's showcased on their YouTube. And it's usually their pre-show to their iPay-per-view shows. And they have done a whole bunch of iPay-per-view shows. And as a matter of fact, the very first iPay-per-view show, let's see, was April 16th, which was actually, or no, excuse me. It was January 8th, You Already Know, which was at the Raleigh Convention Center, actually. So that was the first ever iPay-per-view, You Already Know. Now, the first iPay-per-view that I attended when I first found out about DPW was April 16th at Forever, which was when they crowned the inaugural DPW Tag Team Champions. And that was April 16th. Now, kind of want to share how I discovered DPW. So, it was literally a day before the DPW Forever show on April 16th. So I discovered it on April 15th because one of the competitors that was on the card was Japanese Joshi legend Hiroyo Matsumoto, the Lady Destroyer, Lady Godzilla. I follow her on social media, like on, X, Instagram, that kind of jazz. And I saw that she posted that she would be facing Rosemary, DPW Forever, in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I was like, whoa, what? Hiroyo Matsumoto? Coming here? What? So I legit canceled my weekend plans. I don't even remember what my weekend plans were, but I immediately canceled my weekend plans and I bought a ticket on the spot. Now, of course, it was general admission, so I wasn't able to get front row or anything like that, but I was able to get a VIP add-on, which is really, really cool about DPW shows. Not only do you have your different tier tickets, for the seating, but they offer a VIP add-on. So literally any ticket holder can get that VIP add-on. They get a lanyard. They usually get a poster, like a little mini poster that they can get signed for free. And they usually get early access into the building. Of course, can get, early access to seating first, stuff like that. I think that's really cool. I think that's really cool that they offer it like that for anybody, just as an add-on. I think that's excellent. But yeah, so I went and I enjoyed the show. It was awesome, and I got to meet Hiroyo Matsumoto, which I'll go into detail with some of the folks that I've met. But so far, championships. So they only have 4. They only have 4, which is nice, which is good and nice. They have their main title, the DPW World's Championship. They have the DPW National Championship, their main mid-card title. They have the DPW World's Tag Team Championships. And they have the DPW Women's World Championship. So, 4 titles. Like I said, nice, simple, straight to the point. The current women's champion is Emi Sakura. The current tag team champions are the Workhorsemen, JD Drake, Anthony Henry. The current national champion is the Bounty Hunter, Brian Keith. And right now, the DPW World Championship is currently vacant. It was previously Jay Malachi, but is going to be up for grabs at their second anniversary show coming up this December, which I will be attending. So looking forward to that. They've also done two tournaments. So they've done the Carolina Classic, which they've done that twice so far, last year and this year, not too long ago. And they've done the Tag Festival, for the first time a couple of months ago this year. So they got tournaments as well, which hopefully the Tag Festival will be an annual thing. You know, looks like the Carolina Classic is an annual thing as well. So that's really good to see. And, you know, the shows have just been really great. I mean, just packed full of action, great meet and greets. And not only that, they have their own streaming service, DPW On Demand. So for those that can't attend, you can actually subscribe to their streaming service as well, which they do monthly subscriptions and yearly subscriptions. So I think that's really awesome. And they also have a Patreon as well. So I'm part of their Patreon, which a good benefit to that, you know, with access to extra content, but access to pre-sale codes for whenever they open up for pre-sales for their upcoming shows. You can get earlier access. So, which I've definitely been using that to my advantage. I'm a Patreon member as well, so definitely good move. But as far as the number of shows, so far they've had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. They've had 21 shows so far, 21 like iPay-per-views so far, with 22 on the way this December with the second anniversary show. So out of all of these shows, I have been to 16 of them. I've been to 16. One second. Yeah, I've been to 16. So the first show that I went to was DPW Forever in 2022. In 2022, I've been to Forever, No Pressure, Believe the Hype, Victory Lap, Carolina Classic, World's Strongest, and the first anniversary. The only two shows that I missed were You Already Know and Showdown in the Carolinas. Yeah, those were the only two shows last year that I missed, the two pay-per-views. And then so far this year, I attended Live number 1, You Already Know, Forever, DPW versus Elevation Pro, No Pressure, Tag Festival, Beast Coast, Carolina Classic, and World's Strongest. So those are all the shows that I've attended this year. Now, a couple of things that they've gotten a chance to do this year versus last year. So this year, they've gotten a chance to expand a little bit outside of North Carolina. As a matter of fact, DPW Live number 2 took place in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. And rumor is that they're going to start to expand outside of North Carolina more next year, year 2024. So that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because I know as time has passed, there has been a lot of demand for DPW outside of North Carolina. Not only that, they've gotten to do some collaboration shows. And I was able to attend one of them, which was the DPW versus Elevation Pro collab show. That was in Lexington, North Carolina. That was all standing room, but it was a phenomenal show. Definitely enjoyed that show. showdown between the stars of DPW and Elevation Pro. Good, solid show. And they've even gone outside of the country for a big 2-night collab show. DPW X Gato Move Tokyo crossover. That's right. They have done a 2-night collaboration show with Gato Move Pro Wrestling. And I have to say, I was able to watch that on DPW On Demand. Phenomenal show. Well, 2 shows, but really, really awesome. And honestly, I hope they get a chance to do that type of show again. Definitely enjoyed it. And it's good to see that DPW is open to collaborations, especially with outside of the U.S., which word is the owners are very big fans of Joshi Wrestling. I think it was John that's the big, huge fan. But yeah, they've had all sorts of talent participate in DPW shows. And before I get into some of the talent that I've met, here's a quick word on the sponsor of this video, Game Beauty. Check them out. As you continue to enjoy content here at Blitzball Champ Gaming, be sure you take a moment to check out Game Beauty. Beauty inspired by gaming. Game Beauty brings to you video game related makeup and cosmetic products. You have products such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, eyeshadow brushes, liquid eyeliner pens by Akideris, and even non-makeup products like graphic tees. They even have special collaboration makeup kits, such as this Persona 5 Heat Wave Brush Single, Metaverse Bundle, and even a Phantom Thieves limited edition makeup collection. Also remember that Game Beauty provides international shipping of $60 or more. And if you use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that to your advantage. Now, back to your regularly scheduled video. Enjoy, and thank you. Okay, so let me show y'all some of the talent that I've met so far through Deadlock Pro Wrestling. I have to say, as great as their shows have been, their meet and greets have been excellent. Let me show you. So first off, we got me and Kid Bandit. Got a chance to meet Kid Bandit at the first show that I attended, which was Forever in April. And yeah, Kid Bandit had a match of the year candidate against Lucky Ali at that show. And I have to say, I had to go over to Kid Bandit and share that I really enjoyed that match. So yeah, met Kid Bandit. Really, really cool. Of course, got to meet the workhorseman, Anthony Henry on the left, J.D. Drake on the right. These dudes really, really cool to me. And as a matter of fact, I've actually seen them both before. through Evolve Wrestling. I remember first seeing Anthony Henry. He had a championship match against Austin Theory. He wasn't able to beat him, but it was still a really good match. And then JD Drake, I don't remember who I saw him face, but I remember seeing JD Drake, and he was really cool. But yeah, which JD Drake is a North Carolinian himself, so the Workhorsemen have really been on a rise lately, and as a matter of fact, they are the current DPW World's Tag Team Champions, and I'm really happy for them. You can also see them on AEW and on ROH, and I hope they continue to be successful and just really grow in their careers. Awesome tag team. And of course, the main reason why I went to the show was for Lady Destroyer, Hiroyo Matsumoto. It was just so awesome meeting her, and she speaks good English too. Speaks really good English, and of course, I had to wear a shirt, which I got from ProWrestlingTees.com, my Hiroyo Matsumoto Destroy shirt. But yeah, it was nice chatting with her as well. Really, really cool. Like I said, well-known Joshi great. But yeah, I was so happy to have met her. Which she did her meet and greet after the show, which I thought it was going to be at the beginning, so I was kind of bummed at first. But then after the show, they're like, oh, she's just doing hers afterwards. So that was really, really cool. But I was just really happy that I got a chance to meet Hiroyo Matsumoto. Next up, oh yeah, this was when the Pink Striker made her DPW debut. Miyu Yamashita from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, and I tell you, around that time, I was still really getting into Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, but I had definitely seen a lot of highlights of Miyu Yamashita, so I pretty much became a fan pretty fast. And when I saw that she was going to be coming to DPW, I was just like, oh, I got to go. I got to go. And thankfully, I thank God because a while before the show, I had COVID and I was still in recovery. But, it was by the grace of God and, his healing that I was able to test negative and was healed in time to attend the show. So I was really, really happy that I was able to attend this show on time. But yeah, got to meet Miyu Yamashita, and her English has gotten better as well. Pretty chill and easy to communicate with. And she was so nice. She was really, really nice. And the shirt she's wearing, I did buy one of those shirts. So, yeah. Her opponent for that show, which was No Pressure, her opponent for the first time matchup, was the Phoenix of Osaka, Miyuki Takase. And that was actually my first time really getting to see her wrestle live, because I've only seen highlights of her. I didn't really know much about Miyuki Takase, but had friends on Twitter/X and other attendees that have told me about Miyuki Takase. So I looked her up on YouTube, and I was like, oh, she's a spitfire of spunkiness. And to be honest, she could really wrestle any style. Hard hitter as well. Don't let her size fool you. She hits hard. She definitely hits hard. But yeah, she's mainly a freelancer, but has wrestled like all over Japan and has really found another home here in not only just DPW, but the U.S. in general. So I really hope she gets booked more. And as a matter of fact, she has a title shot at the second anniversary coming up against Emi Sakura. She had an incredible match of the year candidate at the DPW Gato Move show. She wasn't able to defeat Emmy, but she came really close, and they had an epic battle. So it was just really good to see that, but really happy that got a chance to not only see Miyuki Takase live, but to meet her as well. She was really, really nice. Of course, you know I had to meet the Queen. Queen Emmy Sakura. This was when, I believe this was when she made her debut, her DPW debut. And I have to say, she was really cool. And in a way, word is I guess she's been kind of an agent for the Joshi talent that have come through, which makes sense. I mean, Emmy Sakura is a legend. She's a Joshi legend. I mean, she was the original founder of Ice Ribbon, and you know, with all the work she's done with Gato Move, you know, Choco Pro, like she has done a lot in the pro wrestling business. I mean, Emmy Sakura is a name that I think will definitely be immortalized for a very long time, and the day that she decides to retire, like, I think will be a very special day. I mean, she's done so much for the business. I mean, wrestling, training, you know, business stuff, like the works. So that's Emmy Sakura, and right now she's currently the DPW Women's World Champion. Of course, got a chance to meet Balian Aki, of course, from Gato Move, Choco Pro. Dude is so cool. He's really, really chill. Enjoyed talking with him. And to be honest, not only am I a fan of his pro wrestling, I'm also a fan of his commentary. I love his commentary. Like when him and Chris Brooks do commentary for like TJPW shows, like I really enjoy that commentary. So it was really cool to get a chance to meet him and to chat with him for a bit, but definitely love me some Balian Aki. Got to meet one half of Top Flight. Of course, Darius Martin was injured at the time, so it would have been nice if they had both did a tag team match here, but still got a chance to meet Dante Martin. He had a singles match. He went up against Diego Hill, which was a fun match. Diego Hill, I believe. Yeah, it was a really, really fun match. But yeah, definitely really, really cool guy. He didn't have like a booth or anything. He was just kind of walking around, just signing autographs and taking pictures. He didn't charge anything, so he was just walking around doing meet and greets. So he was really, really cool. But yeah, Dante Martin, one heck of a high flyer, I will say. Unfortunately, he's currently injured, but still one of my dreams is him and his brother Darius, Top Flight, will one day become AEW World Tag Team Champions. Still hoping for that day. And I would love to see them go up against the Motor City Machine Guns. Ah, yes. One of the biggest stars to have really just taken off since he's come to AEW, and you know, quite a name in the DDT family, but Konosuke Takeshita. I was there for his this was his second match. Yeah, second match in DPW, because I missed his DPW debut. But Takeshita, and like I said, seeing him live, dude is a phenomenal wrestler. And I believe that he has a ginormous future here in the States, for sure. And I have no doubt that he will someday become AEW World Champion. Like if Tony Khan, you know, does right by him, he's going to be a world champion here in the States, hands down. So they better do it. They better do it. And of course, I got the chance to meet the Popping Sugar Rabbit from TJPW, Mizuki. yeah, I was pretty pumped. This was her DPW debut. She actually took on Emi Sakura, who trained her. So I thought this was really cool to see those two face each other, and it was a solid match. It was a really solid match, and the crowd went pretty wild for Mizuki. So it was really good meeting her, and she was really nice. She spoke a little bit of English, but you know she had a translator. But she was very very sweet, very sweet. This was a very unique one for me. Like I would have never thought this would happen. I got to meet Maya Yukihi in her U.S. debut thanks to Deadlock Pro Wrestling. That's right. This was at DPW Victory Lap, where she took on for the first time ever Jungle Kiona. And I have to say, I didn't really know anything at first about Maya Yukihi, so I had to look her up, which, you know, she's, you know, done some freelance work, and she's wrestled for Ice Ribbon. Excuse me. Wrestled for Ice Ribbon, and yeah, so I had to YouTube her, and you know, not only is she beautiful, but she's quite a striker in the ring. Definitely enjoyed her. She speaks some English as well, but yeah, got a chance to see her live for the first time. Her and Jungle Kiona go at it. Was an awesome match, and yeah, so pretty much that day I became a fan of Maya Yukihi. And of course, had to meet Jungle Kiona herself, which she was really, really sweet. Really sweet. Her English has gotten pretty good as well. But yeah, one of the greats from World Wonder Ring Stardom. I was just really bummed that she never got a singles title run in Stardom. She really deserved a singles title run. But it was good to see that DPW booked her. Actually booked her for 3 shows. So I was very happy. And of course, as you can see, I'm wearing my Stardom shirt. I had to for her. So it was really good meeting Jungle Kiona. She is as sweet as she can be. And still great in the ring. She is recovering from injury, I believe, like a ACL / meniscus, torn meniscus. It was a failed surgery, so unfortunately she had to take a leave of absence. But I'm really hoping. She says she wants to return to the ring when she's fully recovered. I hope she does, because Jungle Kiona, she is such a sweetheart inside of the ring. Great wrestler. So I hope someday that she'll be able to continue her career. Even though my eyes were partly closed. Got to meet Zoe Sky. Of course, Zoe Sky, I had to meet her, being that I remember seeing her wrestle in World Wonder Ring Stardom. So, of course, I was wearing my Stardom shirt, so she was really happy to see that I was representing Stardom. But yeah, I figured, had to meet her. Had to meet her. She was really cool. She was in an intergender match at Victory Lap, and I tell you, she did good. She did really good. Not sure what she's doing nowadays. I don't hear much about her, but hopefully she's still getting booked. And another Joshi legend had to meet Sumi Sakai, which I've seen her quite a bit, of course, through ROH, but this was, you know, my first time getting a chance to meet her, so it was really cool meeting Sumi Sakai, which I believe she just retired or is going to be retiring, I want to say at the end of this year. So another one that's had a long career, and like I said, she's a Joshi legend, and you know, she was the first Women of Honor champion through ROH, so I thought that was really cool that she got to hold that honor. But yeah, phenomenal wrestler, been in the business for like ages, and still can go. Ah, yes. The ever so cute, bubbly, spunky, lively apple girl, Mai Saruga. Of course, from Choco Pro Gato Move Wrestling. She was really, really cool. Speaks good English, and she is quite wild in the ring. Not only that, but great wrestler. Of course, trained from Emi Sakura. But yeah, this was at the Carolina Classic where she actually went up against Emi Sakura. Great match, really great match. She had her chest lit up with those chops. Oh yeah, Emi hits hard. But it was really cool meeting Mai Saruga. She was so funny, sweet, all of the above. But yeah, Mai Saruga's awesome. Really, really awesome. And I got to meet, well, I had met Veda Scott before, but you know, Speedball Mike Bailey was there, so I definitely wanted to meet him. And the funny thing about this, meeting them this way, this was how I actually found out that they were married. I did not know that they were married, but I think they had just got married earlier that year, so it was still pretty fresh. But it was funny. You know, I was getting ready to, do the meet and greet with Speedball, and Veda's like, you want your picture, just with him or with the both of us? I was like, duh, with the both of y'all. I mean, come on. Veda Scott, I know she's been mostly doing commentary, but I enjoyed her in the ring as well. I actually got to see her in the ring via Queens of Combat when that used to be in action. But yeah, definitely fan of Veda Scott. Not only as a wrestler, but as a commentator. And Speedball has been on a roll. I mean, he's been getting booked everywhere. So, glad I got a chance to meet Speedball. I did buy one of his shirts as well. So, this was really cool. I had to take a picture with both. So, yeah. And during his time in DPW, Mr. Heatstorm, Yuya Uemura, swung by DPW during his U.S. excursion, and he was actually in the Carolina Classic. He wasn't able to defeat Lucky Ali, but still, great showing, and got to meet him, and his English was actually pretty good. He had pretty good English, and yeah, at the time, had pretty much graduated as a NJPW Young Lion, but definitely somebody that I always enjoyed watching in the ring. So, when he came to DPW, I was like, oh snap, more representation of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And see, that's what I love about DPW. Like, they're open. I mean, they book talent, freelancers. They book talent from TJPW, from New Japan Pro Wrestling, from Gato Move Choco Pro. Like, they're open. They're open. So, I just really love that about this promotion. And of course, more Jungle Kiona? Sure, why not? So, I met Jungle Kiona again because, why not? It's Jungle Kiona. So yeah, met her for the second time at the Carolina Classic in 2022. And then a third time, one more time at World's Strongest of 2022. It was kind of dark, so she turned on a flashlight on her phone and, got one more picture. But yeah, Jungle Kiona, like I said, she was booked for 3 DPW shows, went to all 3, met her at all 3. So, really, really good. And I figured, I've met all three of these competitors separately, so you best believe I had to do a group pick. So, Team Choco Pro Gato Move in the house, as I was able to get a group photo with Emi Sakura, Mai Saruga, and Balian Aki. So, thought that was really, really cool. I did get not only all three of them in a group, but also, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Hit the wrong button. I also got Balian Aiki and Mei Saruga, together as best bros, which I'll show in a later picture. But I was so glad that I got to meet all three of them together and do a group picture. So, and of course, as you can see, I'm wearing my Choco Pro shirt. So it was perfect, really, really perfect. Miyuki Takase, once again, why not? So got a chance to meet her again. And not to mention, DPW has been booking her quite a lot lately. So it's good to see her take bookings here, and she's become quite a DPW favorite. So definitely love every time that she gets booked and get a chance to see her, because she's awesome. Oh, there's my picture with Best Bros, just Mei Saruga and Balian Aiki. That was at the beginning before everything started. Funny thing about this, I got into the building. I was going to find my seat. Mei Saruga saw that I was wearing my Choco Pro shirt, and she yelled out to me, and I was just like, dang. So, of course, I had to stop and run right over to their table. I was going to go to my seat, but she called me out because she saw my shirt. So I was just like, well, got to call an audible and go over to the table. And I did end up buying a Best Bros shirt as well. But yeah, it was really good having a picture taken with Best Bros. They're an awesome tag team. More Konosuke Takeshita? Why not? This was at the first anniversary show. He went up against Colby Carino. It was a great show. Really, really great show. But yeah, it was good to see Takeshita again. He's been tearing it up as well. Like I said, I think he's going to have a great career here in the States. Oh, did I also mention that he's a big fan of Cinnabon? He loves Cinnabon. That's his thing. Had to take a picture with the Queen once again, because the first anniversary show was where she became the new DPW Women's World Champion. She dethroned Rachel Rose, who was the first champion, and the crowd went crazy when Emmy won. And she is still champion to this day, but she will be defending this against Miyuki Takase next month at the second anniversary show. So, yeah, had to take a picture with the Queen as champion. This picture was also very special, and I have to say, never thought this would happen, but hey, all because of DPW. Wasteland War Party. On the left, Heidi Howitzer. On the right, Max the Impaler. This was when they were the Princess Tag Team Champions. Of course, these titles are from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. And this was also the show where they defended these tag titles. That's right. This was the first time ever in the history of these belts that they have been defended in the U.S. And it happened on DPW soil. So I was very happy to be there for this moment. But yeah, Princess Tag Team titles on the line for the first time in the U.S. via DPW. So that was really cool. But yeah, Wasteland War Party. Now this right here is somebody that me and my dad have become an instant fan of. And that is the bounty hunter Brian Keith. And I have to say, this dude is amazing in the ring. I know he may have only been through a lot of indie promotions, but this dude's stock has been on the rise. And he's a big fan of Pro Wrestling Noah as well, so he knows his stuff. He definitely knows his stuff. And I tell you, I can't wait to see what else is in store for Brian Keefe. I got a chance to chat with him. He's hoping to be able to, go to Japan and kind of make a splash in Japan. Who knows? Maybe he'll get a chance to wrestle in Pro Wrestling Noah. I think that'd be awesome. I hope he gets that opportunity. But definitely love his work. Ah, yes, the Space Ninja, Nicole Matthews. I definitely enjoyed her work in the Indies and also in the Mae Young Classic. And I know she wasn't able to travel and wrestle for a while, but thankfully, when she got all that situated, DPW booked her. This was her second show because they booked her for the DPW Live #2 show. But, of course, that was in New Jersey, so I wasn't able to attend that. But they finally did book her for a DPW show in North Carolina. So, of course, I had to meet Nicole Matthews. And this was actually back at the Durham Convention Center. And she's also had a crack at Emi Sakura for her title, but she wasn't able to defeat her. But yeah, it was really cool meeting Nicole Matthews. And as you can see, I'm wearing my Fukuoka Double Crazy shirt. Anyway, more Miyu Yamashita? Why not? This was at the Tag Festival. It was really good to see her get booked again. I believe this was her third DPW show that she's been booked in, because I think she was booked in the Live #2 show in New Jersey. But yeah, she's definitely found a home in DPW, and as you can see, I'm wearing my TJPW shirt, so of course she liked seeing that. And she also had another shirt, a brand new shirt, so I bought her new shirt. But yeah, Miyu Yamashita, the Pink Striker, pretty much the ace of TJPW, and is currently in her 4th title reign of the Princess of Princess Championship. One of my favorite photos, Vert Vixen. This was also at the Tag Festival. She is such a sweetheart, and also shout out to her. She just recently got engaged, so congratulations to Vert Vixen on her engagement. But yeah, great wrestler. I know I've been seeing her quite a bit in the Indies. I think she's wrestled for Defy Wrestling, Prestige as well. She's also been on AEW and ROH, I believe. But yeah, Vert Vixen, definitely great in the ring. Very, very pretty, very talented. Really cool to chat with. We chatted for a while, actually. Yeah, we chatted for a good while. So, Vert Vixen, really, really cool. Oh, let me zoom in on this one a little bit. This, I'd have to say, is one of my favorites. One of my favorite photos that I've ever had taken at DPW. I never would have imagined that this would happen. But DPW helped make it happen. And also shout out to TJPW as well for allowing this to happen. The Magical Sugar Rabbits in DPW. The Magical Girl Yuka Sakazaki. The Popping Sugar Rabbit Mizuki. Now, even though this was at the Tag Festival, and unfortunately Yuka Sakazaki was not able to compete due to neck injury that she was still recovering from, she still showed up anyway for the show and also to meet the fans. Like, she literally didn't have to show up. She could have just canceled and just stayed in Japan and worked on her recovery. But yet, she still made the trip. And she was even involved in the match, ringside. Because the match was Mizuki and Emi Sakura versus Vert Vixen and Miyu Yamashita. And Yuka was there at ringside. But just the fact that she still made the trip and still did meet and greet with fans. She didn't have any merch or anything of her own, but still did meet and greet with fans. I also made a sign. The sign says DPW is Majirabi. And of course I had that up during their match, and they saw my sign and they were really happy, and they autographed my sign. They both autographed my sign and took a picture, and I tell you, that's one of my favorite pictures to this day. But just the honor and privilege of meeting the Magical Sugar Rabbits in North Carolina, in my home state of North Carolina, via Deadlock Pro Wrestling, that really touched my heart. That, like, all of the other matches could have been bad matches, and this would have been enough to make my night. That was enough to make my night. So, once again, thank you, Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, and thank you, Deadlock Pro Wrestling, for making this happen. Okay. Yes. Of course, had to take a picture with my GOAT of tag teams. And of course, this isn't the first picture I've taken with them. And it definitely won't be the last. Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns, made their DPW debut, taking on Violence is Forever at DPW Beast Coast, which was in Durham. That was the main event. Excellent main event. But yeah, so glad to have met them once again. But yeah, my all-time favorite tag team, the Motor City Machine Guns. Yes, the Jet, Kevin Knight, made his DPW debut as well. And I have to say, ever since I first saw him live through NJPW Strong High Alert, which was last year in Charlotte, North Carolina, I have been a fan instantly of Kevin Knight. Of course, he was also a young lion for New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I have to say, his high-flying ability is insane. Like, honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing him versus Jay Malachi. Like, I would love to see that matchup. But Kevin Knight, I think he has quite a bright future. Not only just in New Japan Pro Wrestling, but anywhere he goes. Like, definitely keep an eye on him. And he was really cool to chat with. Really, really cool. And I bought an Intergalactic Jet Setters shirt from him with him and Kushida because they're a tag team. But Kevin Knight, definitely keep your eyes on him. He's already been IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion with Kushida. Don't be surprised if he eventually, at some point, becomes IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. I think he would make a great champion. I really do. Keep an eye on him. And met Brian Keith once again, but this time as the new DPW National Champion. That's right. He was able to dethrone Andrew Everett to win the title. And of course, I had to take a picture with him. So, and my dad is a big fan of him. My dad, huge fan of him. But yeah, definitely love what they've been doing with Brian Keith. And I hope he continues to have a great run. Yes, one half of MK Ultra, that is Killer Kelly, who made her DPW debut. She challenged Emi Sakura for the title. Wasn't able to win, but great match. This was my second time meeting Killer Kelly. I met her back in PWX a couple of years ago. But she's incredibly nice, very attractive, and great in the ring. Loved her match with Meiko Satomura in the second Mae Young Classic, and that's what really made me a fan of hers. So it was good to see her come through. And hey, she had one half of the Impact Knockout Tag Team Championships, which, she's champion with Masha Slamovich, MK Ultra. And speaking of MK Ultra, I got a chance to meet Masha Slamovich, and as you can see, I had my shirt on backwards. Yes, I had my shirt on backwards. It's as weird and as funny as that may be. Yeah, that's actually the back of the shirt. But got a chance to meet Masha Slamovich. She was really cool. This was at World's Strongest this year. Tried to challenge Emi Sakura for the title, but wasn't able to win. Still a great match. But yeah, this was her DPW debut. West Coast Wrecking Crew. Royce Isaacs on the left, Jarrell Nelson on the right. I feel like these guys, this is a very, very underrated tag team. Very underrated tag team. I definitely have enjoyed them. First saw them at High Alert in JPW Strong back in 2022. I think they're a great tag team. I hope they get some titles, though. I hope they get some titles soon. But definitely had to meet them. And I bought one of their shirts as well. And then finally, the legendary Masato Tanaka also made his DPW debut at World's Strongest. And I have to say, dude can still go in the ring, and just meeting him was such an honor and a privilege. And yeah, this was really, really special. Really special. And I just definitely felt like he was a great addition. He was in a trios match. He was teamed up with Brian Keith and Calvin Tankman, and they went up against Team Filthy. So really great match. But yeah, the legendary Masato Tanaka. But yeah, that's everybody that I've done a meet and greet with, courtesy of Deadlock Pro Wrestling. And I have to say, it has been quite a privilege to attend and support Deadlock Pro Wrestling. Like I said, I got 2 of their shirts. I'm subscribed to them on DPW On Demand, their Patreon, and they're based here in North Carolina, and I'll be attending their DPW second anniversary show coming up in December 10th. Pretty much all but one show that I've attended, I've been, VIP front row. So I definitely try to support this promotion as much as possible. But to close out this video, I just want to say once again to the folks behind DPW, James Darnell, Anthony Douglas, John Blood, thank y'all so much for all that y'all have done in bringing DPW to the fans, to the pro wrestling business. Y'all have been doing a phenomenal, excellent job. And I wanted to do this video to show, to not only, advertise DPW, but to also give my thanks. I'm very proud, to be a North Carolinian, and, pro wrestling has quite a legacy in states like North Carolina. So to be a part of something special like this, as a fan, and hopefully maybe one day my dream of becoming a pro wrestling commentator. Thank you, Deadlock Pro Wrestling, for just all that y'all have done, all of the shows, all of the talent that y'all have booked, and shout out to each and every one of the talent that has ever wrestled for DPW, that's ever promoted DPW, wrestlers, valets, managers, commentators. I mean, Rick Bocchini, the Deadlock Pro Wrestling founders, Veda Scott, Caprice Coleman, like all sorts of talent, all the referees, all the trainers, like, and all the indie talent that have been a part of this promotion. I mean, the Jay Malakis, the Bojacks, the Lucky Alis, the Andrew Everetts. Like, the list goes on. The list goes on. All the international talent that's come through, all the Joshi talent, like, everybody that's come through. Like I said, I've gotten quite my Joshi fix through DPW. So, very thankful for that. And just, being that it's easy access, being that, I'm here in North Carolina, this is, my home, to be able to check out a lot of these shows. And I also want to go ahead and say a happy early second anniversary to Deadlock Pro Wrestling. Looking forward to attending the show. I'll be there front row. And I'm looking forward to the future of Deadlock Pro Wrestling. I'm very hopeful for a lot of things through DPW. Like I said, I heard a rumor they're going to try to expand across the nation. So who knows? We may see more DPW in the East Coast, and they may make their way and travel to the West Coast. Midwest, West Coast. You never know. I hope their platform continues to grow through their shows and also their streaming service. Definitely check out that streaming service. Like I said, get access to all their events. You can do a monthly subscription or a yearly subscription. And I think they might have a sale. I think they have a sale going on for their streaming service. As a matter of fact, annual subs get 30% off. So definitely check that out. Like I said, I'm a subscriber myself. I subscribe to the yearly plan, and they got a lot of content, y'all. A whole lot of content. Now, they typically do their shows, they record and then they upload them on demand like a week later, typically. Occasionally, they'll do them live the day of, but either way, they upload them soon afterwards. So just keep that in mind. And like I said, definitely I encourage all pro wrestling fans, whether in North Carolina or outside of North Carolina, definitely check out Deadlock Pro Wrestling. I truly am confident you won't be disappointed. And I know a big hope for me, hopefully we get to see some more Joshi talent. I mean, they just recently had Takumi Iroha and Mio Momono at their New Jersey show. Hopefully they'll book them again to come back, but this time in North Carolina. But I would love to see them book some fresh Joshi talent and just fresh talent overall, which they have been doing. So I'm definitely looking forward to the future of Deadlock Pro Wrestling. But once again, thank you, James, John, Tony. Thank you for Deadlock Pro Wrestling, and looking forward to seeing y'all soon. But that'll do it for this Deadlock Pro Wrestling appreciation video. I'm also going to put in the description the link to their, I think they have a link tree, so I might just post their link tree, but should have information on their X account, the streaming service, DPW On Demand, and also where you can get tickets. So I'll post all of that in the description. And let me know as well, for those that have been to DPW, share with me your experiences of Deadlock Pro Wrestling. I would love to hear about your experiences as well. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, I am your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Once again, happy Thanksgiving to all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care. God bless. Peace.